A few words. I'll speak many words. No. So I'm just joking. I actually will speak few words only. But thank you and greetings to everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Shipra for inviting me. And I would also like some very brilliant people, brilliant minds to share their ideas, their perspectives, and I'm sure all this will benefit everyone. So, as I said, I'll speak a few things which we are actually engaged in, and this will also give a sense to everyone on how keen the government is to really promote this sector as well. So it's not just a random coincidence that I'm here. This is something which holds deep importance for us. So all of us know, I mean, all of you are involved in this profession in some way or the other. But all of us also recognize that despite all the talks and kind of the hype about it, the reality is that design is something which is not valued that much in our country as compared to, let us say, US or UK or elsewhere. The in any organization also, the importance of people, the design team, people who work in for the design team, they are far lower in the pecking order than someone who is doing something else, maybe basic product development or something. But we also understand that the criticality of having a very sharp understanding of user experience, the expectations, which all comes from very strong dose of very rigorous user research, and therefore to highlight this aspect of the entire product cycle is very important. And as I said, it's also very important for us in the government. Uh, Many of you would be aware that in our country we have a premier institution, now few of them, which is called the NID, the National Institute of Design. Some of you might have studied there as well. Some years ago, we had requested the national government that because Hyderabad is a very thriving community for technology, for knowledge, for creativity, for innovation, that a National Institute of Design a campus be set up here in Hyderabad as well. But the government of India did agree to it. The center was sanctioned, but when the state got bifurcated, that center was shifted to Andhra Pradesh. So today Vijayawada has a NID, which originally was meant to have come up in Hyderabad. So we have tried for all these years with the central government to get something else replaced in its place. But for some reasons that never came. So after lots of kind of thinking and looking at what else can be done, we have decided in the government to start our own center. And I'm very happy to share with you that in a matter of about 3 months, this design center, we are calling it CODE, Center of Design Excellence, will commence in Hyderabad. IIT, which has a faculty in design, and various other design professionals, design institutions, they have kind of showed interest to partner with us. Some of you may be aware that there is a very strong UX UI community in our country, which has a strong chapter in Hyderabad as well. They have also agreed to partner and join hands, and lots of other freelancers also have come on board. So Code will begin its activities possibly in the next 3 months or so. We are preparing some SOPs, some templates, but IIT will be the kind of a lead knowledge partner. And in some of the deliberations that we have had already on what areas to focus, I should confess that as was to be expected, very limited importance was given to user research. But I really want to now change all that very seriously. I want code to become the fulcrum in Hyderabad and in Telangana and possibly in the entire country to promote user research, to bring more professionalism, to bring more science into this particular domain. And I would like to very seriously engage with this community. The other important point which I want to share with you is that while most of the people here, and as I saw the session plan, most of the thinking and discussions and your own professional interest will be on user research leading to a product design, a technology product, a physical product, etc., etc. But I'm sure all of you know this. And I'm happy that I found one session which tangentially addresses this point as well, which is about the necessity for strong user research in policy making as well. And again, this is something which is becoming more and more important. And in the government, we have also started imbibing it. As I'm sure all of you are aware, Hyderabad for decades is a very strong center for life sciences. We are the pharmaceutical capital of the country. We are the biotech capital of the world, actually. One third of the global vaccines are manufactured in Hyderabad. Lots of global pharma companies do their digital research work, medtech as it is called here in Hyderabad. We have now started looking at uh, getting lots of matters related to public health sorted out using technology, using the interest which other stakeholders have in introducing solutions and products for those kind of public health issues. But we have also taken a call that all of it will be based on what is called RWE, real world evidence. And real world evidence is of course generated through lots of user research. So for instance, tuberculosis, many of you would be, may or may not know this, but TB, tuberculosis is still a disease which remains in India. Most of the world has exterminated tuberculosis, but it remains in India. It is found in our state of Telangana as well. And one of the reasons why TB still prevails is that people who suffer from tuberculosis, particularly those who come from the bottom of the pyramid segment, who live in remote areas, rural areas, the medicine taking behavior is very different from, let us say, someone else who has some other ailment and is used to taking medication, because this medication has some side effects which puts people off, but there is no other way except to take that medication. So lots of effort has been done to understand what will it take for compliance, for better compliance of the people who suffer from this disease. How will you ensure that the entire treatment regime is implemented without default? And we are now working with a few agencies in doing very deep user research, gathering, as I said, RWE or real world evidence, and then we will design how this particular disease will be conquered in Telangana and hopefully from the rest of the country. So there are many other verticals today in policy making. I just gave this example from life sciences vertical, but there are so many other uh, issues as well, where because we have not spent enough time and resources in understanding user behavior, we have not done user research. Most importantly, we have not segmented the demographic, which again is a very fundamental of user research. I'll again give you an example. We speak about in so many contexts about gender issues and gender biases and gender discrimination and so on and so forth. And typically the tendency is to look at the entire community of women as a homogeneous community, but that is not true. There are different kinds of women. There are urban women, there are rural women, there are older women, there are younger women, there are educated women, there are women who haven't got much education, and obviously people who are poor and those who are non-poor. I mean, there are so many segments, and different segments have different experiences of gender-based discrimination, etc. So the tendency to homogenize everything misses out on these nuances, and obviously strong user research can give us a very correct perspective on how to really target your interventions, looking at different segments. My colleague Vatsala has just come. I explained to them about our Center for Design Excellence, Center of Design Excellence code. So she's the coordinator for, she's the one who will be looking after this design center. And in the breaks or at some time, if you want to understand more about this center and what role all of you can play, then please do interact with her. But the point I made to them was that in our Center of Design Excellence, we would also like to have a very strong discipline focus on user research, and this is the community that we need to engage with. So please also check with Shipra and everyone else on how they would like to contribute and what programs, etc., that we need to put together. The third thing which I wanted to touch upon briefly, and again, it's a nice coincidence that we are having this interaction in T-Hub. This is the epitome of excellence in innovation, in entrepreneurship. Of course, this is not the only center in Hyderabad which promotes innovation and entrepreneurship. There are 50 plus other such institutions as well, but this is obviously the jewel in our crown. The reality is that for the last 10 years or so, I'm directly engaged in lots of startup activities. Telangana has a very progressive policy on startups to promote innovation and entrepreneurship. And as a part of my regular work also, we interface with lots of startups. And again, this is something which I have found lacking. Many startups and their teams, they are very kind of eager, very keen to get their product off the ground. But the importance of foundational research, how do you really spend time to understand what are the requirements of the users, that really is not really invested in. In fact, I come across many startups from other parts of the country, other parts of the world also, who come to me telling that this is a solution which has worked well in the US, this is a solution which has worked well in Bangalore or somewhere else, and please give us a chance to try it out in Telangana. And the typical attitude is that here is something I have already prepared, I'm trying to ram it down your throat. But I say no to every one of them. I tell them that if you are serious about implementing in Telangana, spend time with the potential users of Telangana to understand whether there is a perfect fit of what you have developed in some other context and what the users in Telangana require. And only if you are confident that what you have designed in the context of US consumers or consumers in some other part of the country, and what expectations are from the consumers here, if they, unless they are perfectly aligned, I won't even be willing to talk to you. So I kind of send them away and ask them to go and do foundational research and develop a better understanding of our context, state's context, city's context, and then only come and talk to me. So I am someone who believes 100%, also because of my academic kind of background, etc. I have strong foundations in research myself, and therefore this is one area with which I have very strong connect, very strong alignment. And as I said, code is something, it's also very timely that we are interacting today, because code is something, as I also mentioned to them, that it's a matter of a few months before we kind of launch it. So as I said, this is also very timely to interact with all of you, to be here in this conference and to share these thoughts with you. So thank you very much. I may not be able to spend much time here, but Vatsala is here. Please bring her up to speed. And at the end of the day, after you have interacted with many of them, please brief me subsequently on what exactly could be the right template to work with them and bring this element of user research in our own activities. So good wishes. Have a useful and productive day. And thank you very much for calling me here.